Welcome to Nerd Alert! It's Pi Day, at least the day we're recording this. We have another very special super guest today. His name is Boyan Radakovich, and he is a producer for Tabletop, which is a fantastic show. I'm a big fan of it, and he's also a game maker.
Yeah, I'm a
and right
game designer.
now, not like in the Hunger Games, a game maker, but you make tabletop strategy card games, including this one, The Pirate Den. He's also made 12 Days, which I have a copy of, and I'm so excited to play it, even though it's March. So,
well, it can be Christmas in March. It's okay.
Christmas is every day in your heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me on here, guys.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, awesome.
Tell me a bit about Pirate Den.
Pirate Den, yeah. So that's my new game. It is a pirate-themed bluffing game, and basically, it's the Age of Sail, and we're all one of these legendary captains, and there's money on the table, and you have to be really good at bluffing and reading people and knowing what they're thinking, and it's fun. It takes about 15, 20 minutes to play, and if you're a casual gamer, it's good for you, and if you're a strategy gamer, it's really good for you because you can like really obsess about, you know, if you do this, knowing that I know that you're gonna do this, then maybe I should bury, and you know, like the whole inconceivable.
Is this like Munchkin?
No, it plays a lot faster than Munchkin. It's
Good.
probably closest to maybe The Resistance. If you watch Tabletop, if you watch the Tabletop episode of The Resistance.
I've seen an episode actually.
Yeah, it's good. So yeah, it's a fun game, and I have it on Kickstarter right now, so you guys can go check it out.
So I like that you put, this is just a printout, but he has a little chart here on how long it takes to learn, how long it takes to play, how many people can play, because so many times I've gone to a game night and it's like, here's this really complicated game, no one knows how to play it, I'm going to explain it for the next 2 hours, and then we're out of time to play the game, and also there's too many people.
Yeah.
So I like that it's spelled out right there so you can plan your game nights accordingly.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, Pirate Den's probably best for like a starter. So as people are coming over to the game night, you have like maybe 3 people playing or 4 people playing, and then as people come in, you bring more in, and when you're ready for a new, bigger game, then you go on to, not Pirate Den, but whatever's the next thing, yeah. So
when I play Munchkin, I learned who in my friend group is a huge asshole.
Yeah.
What am I going to learn about my friends from Pirate Den?
You're gonna learn that those assholes are still there. There's an action in the game called Steal, where you can actually, instead of attacking the ships at sea, you can go after the other players, and that's like the most fun in the game, is trying to like bluff people into like thinking that you're not going to attack them. You're like, oh no, don't worry about it, I'm going to go over here, and then they stay in the pot, and then you attack them, you steal all their money, and it's a lot of fun. So if your asshole friends will love the game.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I have a lot of them, apparently.
Well, then Pirate Den's perfect for them. So,
assholes deserve to have fun, too. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Look, I know that you like to have fun, but so do I. So.
No, it's good. It's good for mixed company, too. Like, you know, you don't have to play it that way. It's just the steal action is very powerful, and so it's limited. And you'll have a hand of cards, and you can only use each card once, and so you can only steal a couple of times.
Okay.
So it's not just always stealing.
It's not unlimited.
It's not unlimited stealing, yeah.
All right, I like that order in there.
Yeah.
I haven't hung out with you for a long time, not since you taught me how to play Jungle.
Jungle Speed at Bobek's party,
yes, with Bobek, the girl who plays the main character in the Lizzie Bennet Diaries, me and you.
Was that true? Yes, that's right, yeah.
And it was
Ashley
really
was there.
fun.
Yeah, it was me, Ashley, you, and Bobek. And it was after we had played Pictionary versus Humanity.
Yes, I remember because Bill Nye, he drew the skeleton army, and then he started signing his emails, Bill, Skeleton Army, Nye, for like months after that.
Okay, so I gotta tell these guys in case they don't know it, but Cards Against Humanity is a really fun party game.
Yes.
But when you have like a dozen or so people, it can go on for like 3-4 hours. And so I made a variant called Pictionary Against Humanity, and what you do is you take.
You invented that?
Well, yeah, I told those guys. Yeah, well, it's fun for the group, right? Because we had like 30 people or something. It was crazy. That game would have taken forever. So basically I said, all right, get an easel, and you take the white cards, which are like the nouns, and you take 2 and you pick one, and then you have to either draw it or pantomime, like charades, and then the next round you have to do the other. And it's just as horrible, right? Because you still have all the horrible words, except now you have like cocks on the board and like people grabbing themselves and all kinds of stuff.
I had to
It's
draw
awesome.
blue man group, gangbang.
Yeah,
and it was really weird. I had no blue markers.
Right, exactly. I love it. Yeah, so yeah, it's fun. I mean, and we were talking about, you know, maybe you got to find the right game for the right player. And I think I think that's my special power is like in any group I can find the right game for like the right mix.
I think it worked, and I have a practical demonstration of that now.
Yeah.
Do you have a good game for like people who aren't into games?
Sure.
What would you start with?
I would say go watch Tabletop, because all the episodes of Tabletop are designed to be introductory, right? So you don't really have to know anything about games. In fact, we usually do a thing where like a third of the games are you don't know anything about games at all. Like a game like Quirkle or Dixit, I think those are great. Or Jungle Speed even. Like Jungle Speed, you just have to know that.
That was so easy.
Yeah, it's pattern recognition. So you flip a card, when your symbol matches another, you reach for the totem. And you have to be really fast. So I like playing it against jocks or people who are like, oh, I don't like board games, they're dumb. It's like, well, you have to be like really fast and aggressive and really, they're like, what? I was like, well, I'm just saying, you know, like if you want to take me on, I'll probably beat you, but you know, it's whatever. And they're like, what? And last year at Toy Fair, I took on like a New York Jets like linebacker, and he was huge, like huge. I was like, come on over, let's play a game. And so that's how I suckered him into it. And then the other third, we do games that are kind of like familiar, like you kind of know what board games are, but you don't have to play a lot of them. So like stuff like Ticket to Ride is great, Alhambra, those kind of styles. And then we do have the gamer games, which are more like Smash Up, Lords of Waterdeep, stuff that you have to be a gamer to play, right? So check out the show, find any games that you like or you think are fun, and it's a really good way of getting introduced into the hobby.
I really liked Waterdeep a lot.
Really? See, that's a gamer game.
What makes you passionate about tabletop gaming?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's been in me forever, honestly. Like for as long as you can, or as long as I could remember, which is like age 4 or 5, I've been playing games. My dad and my family, my friends, and I think it's just been in me. Like if there's like an otaku gene, I have it, and I'm a gamer for life.
At what point did you realize that like I don't have to have just a pastime of playing games, I can make a career out of this?
Yeah, that's interesting. Like it was probably very recently. It was always just a hobby for me, and I would always tinker and redesign things and kind of like play test my own little games, but I never thought, oh, I can make my own games and sell them or help promote shows that like do this kind of stuff. And it was probably about 8 years ago that I came into the industry, and so I was a marketing director for one of these major distributors, and I got a chance to hang out with all the publishers and designers, and so when I go to conventions, usually people kind of come around me and it's like, oh, what's going on tonight, and what's the cool thing, and then all my designer friends and the publishers will get together at places. I mean, you guys understand it, like at San Diego Comic-Con, it's the same thing, right? So.
Well, I think it's of note now that you are a major player, I guess.
Whoa,
in
major
the
player.
Yeah,
I've leveled up. Hello.
In the tabletop gaming industry.
All right, I'll take it.
Before this, you had a previous life as a neuroscientist.
Yeah,
which I think is an interesting thing because it sort of connects.
Yeah, I didn't think about it at first, but it probably does, right? Like memory, decision making, categorization, all that kind of stuff is still part of game design and game playing, right? So, yeah. So I was in neuroscience, so when we start talking about some of these articles that are coming up here.
Yeah, you surprised me with that.
Yeah, right? See?
Oh, well, I do tabletop gaming, but I used to do brain surgery, right. NBD.
Right, yeah. So actually, I used to perform, yeah, so it's fun. It's definitely a different career path, but I decided that I didn't want to be that guy who was always, oh, I have this game design, or I have this idea. You know, like you remember The Office, like that.
Oh, Parks and Rec, the cones of.
Yeah.
What was it?
Dunshire.
Cones of Dunshire.
A brand new gaming experience. 8 to 12 players, 2 wizards, a maverick, the arbiter, 2 warriors, a corporal, and a ledgerman. Now the ledgerman just keeps score, and he wears this hat.
Oh boy.
Cones of Dunshire is actually a game that's coming out, and my friends at Mayfair Games are doing that.
Oh no.
And so this year at Gen Con, which is like a big gaming show in Indianapolis, they're going to be having some sort of thing there for that ridiculous game.
Are they going to be selling cone covers?
I don't know if it's. I think they're making like some sort of like promotional thing. I don't know if it's actually the full game, but I don't care. I'm going to be there. It's going to be awesome.
As long as it comes with the legend in it.
Yeah, so good.
That's what I'm there for.
Now,
so
are
good.
the cones a metaphor? Maybe. Let's keep going.
Right. So good.
That was a great episode. Yeah. All right, so we have Boyan Radakovich in all this week's episodes. Please check out his Kickstarter for Pirate Den. It's up now. It looks fantastic. You can get your own copy coming out later this year if you donate. That'll be cool. And of course, check out Tabletop. I don't need to tell you that. So thanks for joining us, Boyan, and there will be more of you to come.